Welcome to Red Bandana Gaming, the channel where Logan will show you everything. From gameplay to gear, their crew is here to take you on a journey through every atmosphere. Releases to news, you don't have to choose. Red Bandana Gaming is here for you.
Hey everybody, Logan here, and today I'm sharing with you a game, a PC game nonetheless. Well, it's technically PC and mobile, but a game that I've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in, and played thousands, maybe upwards of 5,000 games. So even though, yeah, it's technically one of those gotcha games in a way, like the more you spend in the game, the better your draws are, the better cards you get. Your deck isn't random like Magic the Gathering. Yeah, so basically these are your decks. You can have as many decks as you want, and you can mix them up 5 different colors, again, just like Magic the Gathering. They don't represent the same thing that they would over there, but it's, yeah. It all takes place in the world of Elder Scrolls and Tamriel. You have the different races, like the Khajiit, the Imperials, Nord, so on and so forth. Elves, you know, both dark and light and whatnot. So, yeah. You have 5 different colors, red being strength, which is more like, you know, quick, cunning, fast attacks, strong. You've got yellow, which is like the legion, the armies of Cyrodiil. You got purple, which usually has equip things like lethal, which is almost a poison. I'll get into that later. You get magicka, which is what you need in order to catch your spells. You get boost, stuff like that. You get dragons. You get dragons in a lot of the colors. As you can see, I'm a dragon guy. I have 2 different variations. This one is supposed to be a more streamlined, faster play version of this one, but apparently that's not the case. But I'll get into that as I go. So basically what this video is, I'm going to introduce you to the game of Elder Scrolls Legends. The e-card game? I'm not sure what they consider it, but it's a digital card game. Along the lines of, I know there's a World of Warcraft one. I want to say... Oof, I know someone's yelling at me while watching this. Hearthstone. So you've got that, Magic the Gathering arena, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get started. These are the pictures of your avatars that you can choose, and now once you pick one of these, each of the different races influence how you pull in your deck. So there's no such thing as a randomized deck. You know, some people like to say, yeah, it is. No, it's actually stated in the creation. When you pick it, it does influence your deck depending on what race. You'll get different pulls and different types of spells and stuff that you would normally pull randomly. You might get more of those. You might get more creatures, stuff like that. And that's these. The Imperial allows me to supposedly pull more of the smaller creatures faster and get a bigger army going quicker. Oof. So, as you can see, these are the costs. You start out with 1, you gain 1 every turn, so you don't want to have too many cards that are too expensive, otherwise you're not going to be playing for many turns. So a 3, 4, 12, Haze, one of the big dudes, one that you can only have 1 of in the deck, one of the best cards in the game, so you want to hold on to him, even if you draw him really early on. This is your magicka. That'll go up 1 every turn. If you have cards that can boost it, it can boost it. Your graveyard, your deck, how many cards are in your deck and in your hand. This player 2 always gets the ring that has 3 extra magicka. You crack a gem, you can add another one. As you can see, I could see 2, but it's kind of pointless. You start out with 30 life. Each time you lose 5 life, you crack a rune. If you crack a rune, you draw a card. And so no matter what side you're on, you got your decks over here. You got your shadow lane, your light lane. If a creature's put into the shadow lane, They gain cover and can't be attacked. That turn it has cover, and there's nothing I can do right now. Actually, I can crack one and play him, put him in the shadow lane. Now he gains cover. He can't be attacked this turn. He can be attacked by a creature, but he can still, spells and stuff can be used against him. Now this is what's called guard. When they have this, I can't attack him directly. I have to hit a creature there. So with that being said, there's nothing else I can do. I don't want to waste this right now. I'm just going to pass my turn. These are the decks. They start out with a standard red backing, but you can unlock new backs or pay for them. Now, in this game, the algorithm which the game is based on, the more you pay, the better chance you have of pulling what you need. So people who have spent more money, especially during clutch situations, will end up getting cards that they need over the opponent, which really sucks, but you know, it's the way the game's built. And people are, you know, some people might just say, no, you just think that because no. I've played this game enough. I've seen it on both ends, where I haven't bought anything, but I have a lot more experience in the game, and I've played quite a bit, and especially new players, and I can see when they don't have anything or just regular unlock ones or whatever their name is here, the title card. You can see that they'll get screwed on pulls, and you know, the exact perfect card will be handed to me, or the exact perfect card is usually handed to the opponent that has the fancier deck or the fancier versions of the card and so forth. Now this card allows me to destroy a creature with attack of 4 or greater. So get rid of that dragon, going for another 2. Now he's already had cards that have upped his magicka, which really sucks. He's already had 2. So he's at 9, I'm at 5. That blows. I have some of the cards to up my magicka, but I just don't have the ability to play them yet because I haven't had the cheaper ones to increase my magicka. So from my understanding, Hearthstone does something similar. I've never played it. I'm really not into World of Warcraft or any of the Warcraft lore. I tried playing WoW. It's not my thing. I don't like the game. If you do, great. My favorite thing about the backgrounds, they're interactive. You can click on certain things and you can see things move depending on what you're clicking on. You got this is a Khajiit level because you got the ball of yarn. It's kind of cool. So, what do I want to do? I'm going to increase my magicka right away, but when I play a dragon, he gets a buff. So he gets +1/+3, so now I can attack with him again. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go whoosh. See, and that rune was cracked. So he gets to draw a card. So I play this mainly on mobile. I started out playing it on PC, and then later it came to mobile. It was supposed to come to console on Switch and Xbox. Because I don't know why, but it was never meant to come to PlayStation. But it was supposed to come to the Xbox and then come to the Switch. And I'm not sure why it didn't. I'm pretty sure there's all kinds of reasons, but especially now that they switched developers from, see, I got him now, from the original ones to one called, from Direwolf to Sparky Pants. They added an update which really nerfed the game, and it caused Bethesda to even say, hey, we're not going to add any more expansions. They might update for, you know, problems and fixes and stuff like that, but no more expansions because they really nerfed what they did. He goofed. So sadly, they added a mechanic called invade, and it just destroyed the game. Sadly. So now what this does, I can silence a creature. So if I pointed at that one, he's gonna lose guard and lethal. Just goes down to a 1/2 for nothing. Then I'm gonna play him. Whee! So now he has lethal. Lethal means if I attack something that's a 10-10, he hits him for 2, he still kills him because that attack kills. Now he has guard and an ability called rally. So rally, whenever he attacks, it gives a random creature in my hand +1/+1. So whenever he kills something too, I gain 1 max magicka, which is great, especially when I'm playing large creatures like Colgronted or Parthenax, because we all know Parthenax. And if you killed Parthenax, you know, I'm talking to you. You don't hurt Parthenax. So it looks like he's got a shout, a weak, not even a dragon. He's got the dragons. It looks like he has as a support. Looks like it's based around shouts. That's Forsworn. Now, one thing is, with this being a 0/4, I hit that right away and I'll gain it, I'll kill it. Well, what he's going to do is do this, and I just go... So it takes them no attack. And that blows there. But what I'm a fun to do is something that he's going to not like. Because this turn, I can now play one of these two. You're like, well, you only have 11, but I can crack one of these. I'm actually going to bring him out. Yeah. So now what he does, it gives me an emblem or support emblem in Magic that can actually bring out whatever dragon I want. So I'm going to bring out the Skyborn and bring him in. So the Skyborn allows me to battle any creature. And I'm going to get rid of him because he is the strongest and he can actually cause a lot of damage if I let him go. Now the 3/3 and the 1/1 can't really do much to him, but he does have a chance to have a card that will kill wounded creatures. So he could just deal 1 damage to this, and with that, you know, have that card that can kill. Possibility. We'll go right that. It takes a 1/1 counter. He could have that card that says kill wounded creature, which he does not. Because he would have played it instead of doing that.
That's worth knowing now, isn't it?
And this one's steel cover from another creature, which I don't have anything that can do that. So I'm going to do this. Now, Galen's Shelter comes in. Boom, and I can pick a card in my hand, and it puts 3 more copies of that card in my deck, but gives it +3/+3. So that becomes really nasty. So I'm going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to use this right now, because I'm going to put him here. Yeah, what the heck. We're going to bring in Swiftwing. And I'm going to say okay and bring him over here because I want to do a quick damage. 6/6. So by doing damage, of course I'm going to beat him. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to win. Because the way the algorithms work, it could get to a point where I could have him down to 1 and he just pulls everything he needs right when he needs it and does a board wipe and then just somehow kills me with 1 hit with like a 15/15 or something nonsensical. So, and then there you go. Here we go. Here we go. The shenanigans begin. Now he's probably going to hit him. Oh, shenanigans.
Mind your own business.
So now what I'm gonna do is use this again and bring out my last Skyborn. So, boom! That was it. So I'm going to bring out Parthenax. Beautiful. Now we're going to have a little trick here. I'm going to do this. And see, I'm going to Soul Tear, which draw a creature from your discard pile. So that's going to allow me to bring back Colgronted. So next turn, I'm going to play him again, and then I get that emblem again. So it becomes really ridiculous. So now what it does is Parthenax, he gives you 3 shouts that are now reduced to 0 cost. This is a great one because if they just try to pull some nonsense and kill my Parthenax, I can bring him back, just like I did with Colgronted. This one allows them to unsummon an enemy creature with power 3 or less. Now, whenever you play a shout, it'll upgrade. Like, see, this one, it now allows me to pull a creature, and he realized he was dead. So he conceded. But once this dragon deck gets going, when you hit Parthenax, and there's Alduin and Odahviin, I have all those big guys. But you can only get one of each. So once one of them, especially Alduin and Parthenax, hits the field and you get what you need, it's tough to combat that. So that's my dragon deck. So that's the gist of the dragon deck. We can try something different. This one's very similar. They have lethal creatures and they ramp just like you see in that, and then they come over. Let's do something completely different. This has charge. So this isn't a very good deck, but it's a fun deck. And when it gets going fast. And I could win like this, or I can just get murdered. It's not like my dragon deck where it's going to win quite a bit. This one, it's like... but I have a number of different decks depending on what I want to play. Hey, he's playing a primary deck. Why do I call it red, blue, and yellow? Yeah. So, very cheap to play creatures and spells, but that's what this deck is about. Now, if I had the bracer with the stones to crack, I'd be winning much faster. But hey, even though I could play him, doesn't mean I'm going to. Certain things like this you want to save, because if you put something out with a something 1, I can just come in and poof, hit him real quick. So I'm not going to do that right now. These things come in clutch, and they're free. So we're going to do... Since he has charge, and I'm going to attack, I'm not going to put him in the shadow lane. There's really no reason to. It's because he loses cover right away. And here we go. This is the Broken Invade deck. So of course it puts me against something like that for video that you would see here. Charge guard. Okay. So the good thing is, with this deck, it might be fast enough to take out a lot of his gates, because sometimes when you get delayed, these things get beefy, but by throwing out creatures that can attack right away, don't have, like in Magic, Summoning Sickness, because you can't attack the turn they come in unless they have haste. In Magic, here it's called charge. So I'll be able to hit really quick. So he's going to come in for 3, and then I'm going to play this. Boom, boom, 2 more.
For the Emperor.
Stole my abilities. Now he's going to hit it.
No quarter.
See what I'm saying? Now he's +6. It's going to give other creatures the... What do I want to do? Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to go boom. Gonna go boom. Gonna put G-Ube here. And then give him that. So next turn, he's going to destroy this thing. Because I have the ability to attack others here. So we're going to see how this plays out. This probably isn't going to turn out too well for me, because of the invade. The invade is an extremely broken mechanic, and you are lucky you can see the nonsense that is the mechanic that broke the game, drove players away in droves, and caused a pretty big uproar. They even took this out of tournaments, because they were having yearly tournaments and everything like that, but it got to the point where, and there you go. Now you can see the nonsense that is invade. Now, as I hit the gate, it loses a lot of the abilities to destroy. Let's do this.
Something a red skeever in the snow.
We'll take it down. Now it can't buff at a 0-1. It just doesn't have the power. Because this thing needs to be, even though it doesn't say it, there it's all your nonsense and your BS. So, yeah, it becomes, it's broken. It's a broken mechanic that, kind of like the pendulums in Yu-Gi-Oh! They can't just take them all out. If they took it out, then you'd have a whole set of players that would be pissed about that. So it's like you're danged if you do and you're danged if you don't. So they just decided to abandon the game because Spanky Pants broke it. Broke the dang game. Now, Betray is a mechanic that when you have Betray, you have to destroy a creature in order to get the effect of the card. But the card's usually really strong and really ups over your opponent big time, all at the, sacrifice of one of your own creatures. Sometimes you can keep doing it over and over. It becomes really ridiculous. So that'll be 5. I think I'm going to give you a -1, -1. Down 3. Not going to do that. He is going to hit me for 7, but I'm at 40, so I can take it. Next turn, I'm going to come out, bring the Swiftwing Dragon, and just kick him in the proverbial nuts.
I greet oblivion with
And here we go. More nonsense. So it's, do I take out the 7-4? Or then there we go. There's the BS, and look how it comes. Already redonkulous. So what I can do is do this. Now the good thing about him, he has charge and nothing because of this nonsense bull crap. So really can't do anything here. So there's absolutely nothing I can do. Now he comes back, so whenever he comes in, I need to silence him. So once he's silenced, then I don't have to worry about BS. But the chance of me winning this one, even though I'm at 35 life, is nonsense. And as you can see, invade, 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 invade. Now that this is 0-12, cannot be silenced. So there's absolutely nothing I can do to beat it. So the only thing I can do now, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this to get rid of him. And he has charge. So the only thing I can really do here, I'm probably gonna lose, as I say. Bring this down further. Let's get rid of you. And then we'll hit you there. And that's pretty much all I can do. And as you can see, we've got 20 damage, over 20 damage, because we got 12, no, exactly 20 damage to deal with.
the things I'll do to their corpses.
And there's absolutely nothing I can do because of the broken mechanic. And this is a new player playing with the base, or it looks like an altered version of the base deck.
There is nowhere.
But it's so broken, you just win. See? Yeah. So with that said, I'm done. And that's what most people do, because once that happens, the game, it becomes unplayable. And as you can see, within 2 turns, boom, it's impossible. I have nothing to combat that. You have to have, yeah. So that's what broke the game. And as you can see why, that's why Bethesda has abandoned the game. Because let's see if I can show you. I'm not sure if it says where the developer is. No. Nope. We don't want to do that. So, alrighty, but that's the good parts and the bad parts. That expansion was called the Jaws of Oblivion. It's the last expansion that we will ever see because it broke the game. The only thing I can see them maybe doing is do a relaunch later on, maybe a fresh start, kind of like how Final Fantasy 14 did with A Realm Reborn, because it's a broken mechanic. I could do a video on that broke the game, show you the different forums, the articles about why people hate it and why people stopped playing. And there used to be millions of players, now there's thousands. So it's sad, but it is what it is. And but that's a game I sunk a lot of time into over the last 3 and some change years. It came out February 2017. Like I said, I was in the beta. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know if you want me to start streaming this. I can. You can see me rage at the BS that is Invade. I have beaten Invade decks many times with my dragons because I had to tweak the dragon deck when they launched Invade, and I had to do more creature destruction, stuff like that. Slowed down the deck a bit, but it still allowed me to be formidable against Invade. But thank you guys so much. Follow us on our socials, as you see right below. If you haven't already, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell for notifications. And give it a like if you liked it. If not, give it a like anyway, because you're nice. So thank you guys so much. Remember, be kind to yourselves and each other in these crazy days. But like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.